What is NoSQL Database? NoSQL, not only SQL, databases are a class of databases that provide a non-relational approach to data storage and management. They were developed to address the limitations and scalability issues of traditional relational databases in handling massive amounts of unstructured or semi-structured data commonly found in web applications and big data scenarios. Key characteristics of NoSQL databases include 1. Schema flexibility. NoSQL databases allow you to store data without a predefined schema. This flexibility is especially useful when dealing with rapidly evolving data structures or data with varying attributes. 2. Scalability. NoSQL databases are designed to scale horizontally, meaning they can distribute data across multiple servers to handle large amounts of data and high read/write operations. 3. High availability. Many NoSQL databases are built with features like data replication and automatic failover to ensure data availability and fault tolerance. 4. Diverse data models. NoSQL databases support different data models, including key value stores, document stores, column family stores, and graph databases, which cater to specific application requirements. 5. Eventually consistent. In some NoSQL databases, the consistency model is eventual consistency, where updates to data are propagated asynchronously and may take some time to become consistent across all replicas. Examples of popular NoSQL databases include MongoDB, Document Store, Cassandra, Column Family Store, Redis, Key Value Store, and Neo4j, Graph Database. What is stateless data? Stateless data refers to data that is independent of previous interactions or operations. Stateless systems do not retain any information about past requests or interactions with a particular user. Each request is treated as a completely new and independent operation, and the server does not maintain any session-specific data. Key characteristics of stateless data include 1. No server-side session management. Stateless systems do not store any user-specific data or session information on the server. Instead, the client must include all the necessary data with each request to the server. 2. Scalability. Stateless systems are inherently scalable because each request can be processed independently, without relying on shared session data or server affinity. 3. Load balancing. Stateless systems are well suited for load balancing scenarios since any server can process any incoming request without any dependency on prior interactions. 4. Reduced server overhead. Since there is no need to maintain session state on the server, the overall server resource consumption is reduced, leading to better performance and resource utilization. Stateless data is commonly used in web applications where the server does not need to maintain session-specific information between different HTTP requests from the same client. Instead, client-side technologies like cookies or tokens are often used to manage user authentication and maintain any necessary state on the client side. What is a NonSchema database? NonSchema database, also known as a schemaless or schema-free database, is a type of database management system that allows users to store and retrieve data without a predefined schema. Unlike traditional relational databases, which require a fixed schema to be defined before data can be inserted, a non-schema database allows for more flexibility in data organization. One popular example of a non-schema database is NoSQL, not only SQL, database. NoSQL databases come in different flavors, including 1. Document-oriented databases. These databases store data in the form of documents, typically using formats like JSON, JavaScript Object Notation, or BSON, Binary JSON. Examples include MongoDB and Couchbase. 2. Key value stores. In key value databases, data is stored as simple key value pairs. It's one of the most straightforward NoSQL data models. Examples include Redis and Amazon DynamoDB. 3. Column family stores. This type of NoSQL database stores data in columns rather than rows. Examples include Apache Cassandra and HBase. 4. Graph databases. These databases focus on the relationships between data entities and are well suited for handling complex, interconnected data. Examples include Neo4j and Amazon Neptune. The advantages of non-schema databases include their ability to handle large volumes of data and to scale horizontally, making them suitable for big data applications. In the context of computer hardware and software, drivers are software components that allow the operating system to communicate with and control various hardware devices. Drivers act as intermediaries between the hardware and the operating system, enabling them to work together harmoniously. Here are some examples of common types of drivers. 1. Graphics drivers. Graphics drivers, also known as display drivers or video drivers, are essential for rendering images, videos, and graphical user interfaces on computer screens. Examples include NVIDIA, AMD, and Intel graphics drivers. 2. Printer drivers. Printer drivers enable computers to communicate with printers and send print jobs to them in the appropriate format. Different printer manufacturers provide specific drivers for their printer models. 3. Audio drivers. Audio drivers allow the operating system to interact with sound cards or audio devices, enabling the playback and recording of audio. Examples include Realtek and Creative Audio drivers. 4. Network drivers. Network drivers are responsible for network communication, allowing the operating system to connect to Ethernet, Wi-Fi, or other network adapters. They enable data transmission between the computer and other devices on the network. 5. Touchpad and keyboard drivers. These drivers ensure proper functioning of touchpad and keyboard input devices on laptops and other portable devices. 6. USB drivers. USB drivers facilitate the connection and interaction between the operating system and USB devices, such as flash drives, external hard drives, and USB peripherals. 7. Bluetooth drivers. Bluetooth drivers enable Bluetooth communication between the computer and various Bluetooth-enabled devices, such as headphones, speakers, and smartphones. 8. Scanner drivers. Scanner drivers allow the operating system to communicate with scanners and process scanned images or documents. 9. Webcam drivers. Webcam drivers enable the use of built-in or external web cameras for video conferencing, video recording, and other webcam-related functionalities. 10. Storage drivers. These drivers are responsible for managing communication with storage devices like hard drives and solid-state drives, SSDs, ensuring proper data access and storage. What is Codeland in Java programming? Codeland and Java relationship. Think of Codeland as a younger brother of Java. It learned a lot from Java and can do many of the same things, but in a simpler and more modern way. It's like learning a new way to play your favorite video game. Just like how you use building blocks to create things in Minecraft, you can use Codeland or Java to create amazing applications. They both have their special powers, but Codeland is known for being even more friendly and efficient. Codeland can create apps on its own. Yes, Codeland can create applications without Java. In fact, some developers prefer using only Codeland because it's easier and more concise. They can build cool and interactive apps, just like playing with Lego blocks without needing Java. Here's a simple example to help you understand. Let's say you wanted to make an app that shows cute animal pictures. In Codeland, you could write code that looks like this. Fun main. Println, hello, I'm an animal picture app. Println, here's a picture of a cat, cat face. With just a few lines of Codeland code, you can create an app that greets you and shows a picture of a cat. Isn't that cool? Short tutorial example. Here is a short Codeland tutorial to create a simple app that says hello to you. Open Android Studio and create a new project. Choose Codeland as the programming language. In the main Codeland file, write the following code. Fun main. Println, hello, my friend. Run the app and see the magic. The app will display hello, my friend, in the console. That's it. With just a few steps, you created a simple Codeland app. Isn't that amazing? So remember, Codeland is like a younger brother of Java that can create awesome apps on its own. It's a great language for making things in the digital world and having lots of fun. The essence of creating micro projects. Do you know what makes our computers, tablets, and smartphones work? It's a fascinating thing called information technology, or IT for short. IT is all about using computers and technology to help us do lots of things, like play games, watch videos, and even learn new things. Now, one really important part of IT is something called a micro project. A micro project is when people come up with fun and creative ideas to use technology to solve problems or make things better. It's like building tiny little inventions that can do big things. Micro projects are important in information technology because they help us learn and explore new ideas. They let us think like inventors and problem solvers. When we work on a micro project, we get to use our imagination and creativity to come up with cool and useful things. For example, imagine you wanted to build a robot that could clean your room all by itself. That would be an amazing micro project. You would need to think of ways to teach the robot how to recognize toys, pick them up, and put them away. It would be like being a scientist, engineer, and designer all at once. Micro projects also help us learn about things like coding and programming. These are like secret languages that we can use to tell computers what to do. When we make a micro project, we get to write our own codes and teach our inventions how to behave. Think of a micro project as your very own special magic spell that brings something to life. It's like being a wizard of technology, using your powers to make the world a little bit better. So, my dear students, micro projects are important in information technology because they let us explore, create, and learn new things. They help us become better problem solvers and inventors. Who knows, maybe one day you'll come up with an incredible micro project that changes the world. Project Drill, Micro Project 2 to 3. Let's have a React.js application that will remind the users every 5 seconds. Later, you can tweak the codes, apply the Bootstrap for mobile phone application. Let's get it on. Open your jseditor.io online compiler. In this code, the CSS styles have been included within the style tags to add unique styling to the reminder app. The form, list, and modal have their respective CSS classes for styling purposes. The effect hook is added to the app component and triggers a reminder every 5 seconds if there are any reminders in the list. When the timer goes off, the modal is displayed with the current reminder. The modal can be closed by clicking the close button. Feel free to modify the CSS styles or further enhance the code to suit your preferences and requirements.